What's up, guys? Welcome to my home studio, headquarters of Ivory Media. I wanted to do a video teaching both corporate journalists and citizen journalists how they can make more money doing independent journalism and therefore return their loyalty to the citizens that they're informing. Major key. Yes, I went independent from Fox about 6 months ago. I started this little independent journalism thing, and you can make good money from it. You can have a great life. So I'm going to show you how. And because I'm doing so well, for my birthday this year, I'm getting myself a really nice car, finally. So let's go pick up the car, do a drive, talk about how to be successful in independent journalism. All right, we're gonna pick up my dream car. Where's Frank? Oh, there he is. He's with a client. There's my car salesman. He helped me pick out the Mercedes. I almost picked this one. Almost. But I went for the E-Class. Hey, Frank.
Hi, Harry.
I'm here for my car.
I'm here for your car. I got your car right here. Okay, give me a minute.
Okay, sure.
What do you want to lunch? Get some coffee?
Oh, let's get coffee. Okay, cool. So I was debating whether to buy or lease because cars depreciate so much. I thought I could save money if I lease, right? By the time you pay it off, you're losing money. So I ended up choosing to lease because if I bought it, I would actually lose more money with the amount of time I'm looking to hang on to the car. I think if you are planning to just own that car for years after it's paid off, then you might save money, but I want to be able to trade it in quickly for something else fun. So, and we'll talk about financial planning too. That's important. I held off on buying this car for a long time. Okay. I'm getting some questions from the viewers about how to be successful in independent journalism. This will be good. I'm going to talk about the sources of revenue and workflow and how you really get monetized.
Okay, so Frank is going to go ahead and get the car brought up, and then get you in the car. There should be 2 sets of keys. It's a certified car. I'll make sure it's registered your name. That way, when you come to us for service, they'll know who you are.
Okay, awesome.
All right.
Sounds good.
Okay, cool. All right, thank you so much for your business. We appreciate it. This
thanks.
is just the beginning, so if you need anything, please hesitate to call Frank or myself. Okay?
Sounds good.
Okay,
Sounds good.
I'll be back to you shortly.
Okay. All right.
One key for you right now. I'm going to prepare a second key in a book. The car's parking right there. Go check.
Wait, this is mine?
This is yours right now. Yes.
Finally! Yay!
Okay,
How many times did I look and look? Like months.
10 plus.
I couldn't decide. I couldnn't decide. Okay, so it's outside.
Play with the car right now, and I gotta.
Oh, you'll come meet me at the car.
Yes, I'm gonna meet you over there.
Okay, cool. Yay! Okay, let's go check it out. Actually, I'll probably get the Mercedes and then turn it in for this. If business goes well. It's beautiful.
It is.
I love it so much. So what do I do? Just drive away now?
Oh yeah, it's yours right now.
Oh, that's right. I already signed my paperwork.
Okay. Change the position. You lock the seat.
Okay. How do I pair my phone?
Do the AMG right here. So, Teddy, give me the window.
Okay, thanks. All right, bye.
Enjoy.
Thanks.
Drive safety. Got the insurance first. This car's fast. Be careful, okay?
Yeah, okay, will do. So I decided to get the Mercedes E-Class AMG for my birthday because I can afford it, because I need a car, and I'm going to teach you guys how you can easily afford a Mercedes as an independent journalist. Go independent because not only is your loyalty returned to the viewers, I can cover whatever I want and be completely real because I have no strings attached to any corrupt corporation. It's fantastic. So, you know, corporate news jobs don't even pay that well most of the time. These news corporations are hanging on by a thread because they're losing all their viewership because they're so fake and outdated. You know, it's all thanks to the filthy rich pharmaceutical corporations who are their advertisers that allow these news corporations to stay in business. So I'm going to teach you guys how to go independent as a journalist. And look, even if you're a citizen journalist right now, with no background in journalism perhaps, here's how you can fund your independent journalism. Now, the number one thing that you need to be doing right now while you're still working for whoever you're working for is to be building your audience. In order to monetize independent journalism, you need to have an audience built. So you're gonna have to work for free building your audience, and then you can monetize once you have an audience. Okay, so try to get a few thousand people following you on as many social media platforms as you can. That's the first part, and there are tutorials out there on the most strategic ways to grow your audience. But always remember, when we're talking about journalism here, content is king. So what's going to grow your audience is showing the audience what they have been wanting to see, what they're curious about, answering their questions. And for instance, the convoy right now, I'm seriously debating whether going to the convoy in person, because that's what the people want to see. If you want to grow your audience, get out there on the scene, start filming what's happening, put it on social media. That'll get shared. When it's shared, more people will follow you. And once you've built your audience up, okay, you're going to have to be filming the stuff for free at first. Once you've built your audience up, then you can monetize with advertisers. So one key way, actually the number one way that I'm getting paid right now is independent advertising. Now this is the same sort of advertising minus the pharma part that news does. You know, you get an advertiser, and so unlike the news, I'm not doing the ads on TV. They're on my Instagram and my YouTube. Instagram and YouTube ads are the biggest paycheck right now. And so you going through my Insta stories, I'm posting Insta stories about news, about my personal life, and then boom, there's an ad. And I clearly say, hey, the sponsor of today's coverage is such and such. And so you know it's an ad. I'm not lying to you. This is my sponsorship. They rock. And it's an Insta story, and I'm getting paid by that company to shout them out on Instagram. So it's a normal advertisement, and it's great. This is the era of independent journalism, and ads on Insta stories are fantastic. Same goes with YouTube. When I'm doing YouTube news, I have one advertiser usually like sponsoring each video. And now the advertisers do not at all ever say what to cover or how to cover it at all. I do what I want. want me to shout them out regardless. They don't care what video I shout them out in, just shout them out. So, you know, I pick which advertiser I've partnered with to shout out in which video. Just kind of randomly select usually. So the advertisers purchase a certain number of shout outs. I shout them out that many times in a month and get paid for it. And that is how you monetize. Now, no advertiser is going to want to partner with you if you have no audience. Okay, that's why it's number one thing right now is to grow your audience. If you want to monetize your independent journalism, grow your audience. And the big incentive there is to give the audience what they want to see. That's what's going to grow your audience, and that's what you should be doing as a journalist anyways. What do your viewers care about? What do they want to see? What do they want you to cover? Go cover that. What questions do you feel like Americans are asking right now? Go seek out those answers. That would be my number one tip for growing your audience. I say post on every social media platform you can. 2022, 21st century is the easiest time. 2022 is not necessarily the easiest time to be an independent journalist because of all the censorship on a lot of these social media platforms, but 21st century is the easiest time to grow that audience on social media. So you can have a successful news business on social media alone. Now, I also have an independent journalism website, which I think is fantastic. That's where I can cover everything that these creepy social media platforms are trying to censor. So we're in a new era where it's kind of important to have an independent platform where you can cover what YouTube would delete, what Instagram would delete, etc. So my website is subscription based. I can't do journalism for free. There's no ads on my website. 0 ads, but you do have to pay $5 or $4.99 to unlock the content. And so that's another way, you know, the citizens can support independent journalists with that little subscription to the website, and then that the journalist can bring real, legit, uncensored content that audience is not going to get on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, because that content's not allowed there. So that's what I do with my website, ivoryhecker.com. That is another way to monetize. Now, how do you find these advertisers? How do you partner with them? How do you make a website and everything? I was fortunate enough to get connected to an ad agency. Someone referred me to a social media ad agency. They actually helped me set up that website, and they also partnered me with the advertisers that I shout out on Insta Stories and YouTube. They are an ad agency that specializes in YouTube, as far as I can tell. There's other ad agencies whose main little thing is Instagram, or there's probably the same for Facebook. I don't know. This is the first and only ad agency I've worked with. Ad agencies are not going to work with you if you have no audience. Okay, so grow your audience and then get with an ad agency. Here's the thing. The easiest place to grow your audience right now is TikTok, straight up. Now, TikTok does censor and delete a lot of content that audiences want right now. So audiences are craving what's not being covered. What is being censored out is exactly what the audience wants to see. So I try to zone in on that, because look, we can all predict what CNN and ABC and whatnot are going to cover. We want to see beyond that. We want to see that's what the people want from an independent journalist is, what are these news corporations not covering? Let's fill in the blanks. And of course, those blanks are blank for a very particular reason, because all these corporations, for some reason, don't want certain things to get out there. The same stuff that CNN, ABC, whatnot don't cover is the same stuff that TikTok also censors out. TikTok will delete if you post. It's insane. So that's what I learned the hard way through many deletions was able to get it back by appealing to TikTok. So just be aware of that when you're TikToking, but that is a fantastic way for organic growth. It is way easier with the TikTok algorithm is set up for posts to very easily go viral. You can gain thousands of followers from one viral post. So do viral content. The viral content is going to be like those videos of what's really happening in America that nobody's seeing, or whatever it is. Maybe you've analyzed something in the news that just really doesn't make sense, and you break it down verbally on TikTok in a little 15-second clip. You know, people who make sense of the crooked news right now are also something that audiences are looking for. So I do a lot of a news analysis right now as well. But, you know, that one post, I mean, like I did this little breakdown of what was going on with Nicki Minaj versus the White House, you know, in regards to the needle and how it relates to testicles. This is what Nicki Minaj had been talking about. So I broke it down on my TikTok. Well, that, you know, one video gave me thousands of new viewers because it went so viral. So what you can do, I have multiple friends that TikTok worked like a charm for during the pandemic. They had no audience prior to the pandemic. They were bored in quarantine. They started TikToking, and they hit this gold mine with TikTok where their audience just exploded. I have a couple of friends who both grew to like, I don't know, around 1 million followers on TikTok because their posts, they just hit this little niche where their posts kept going viral. And then they were able to transfer that audience over to other websites and social media outlets. Basically, when you get a loyal TikTok audience, you can tell them, hey, go follow my Instagram, hey, go follow this. And so they were able to grow their other platforms as well. You can also get advertisers on TikTok. So I would say definitely start TikToking, but start posting everywhere. But just keep your loyalty to the news consumers if you're doing independent journalism. What answers do the audiences want? Go get those. And, you know, but people need to know that you exist, so you need to probably get yourself out there on TikTok first, where it's easy to grow. And don't get discouraged if you're not getting the growth you want. Try partnering with other people. Have them share your contact and stuff like that. Like right now, I mean, I've shouted out quite a few independent journalists, and if there's like an independent journalist that's on the ground somewhere where I wish I was, and they can show me what's happening there, I'll ask them to come on my YouTube, say, show me that scene on my YouTube. And in doing that, I'm shouting them out, I'm helping their audience grow, and they're helping mine as well by giving good content to mine. So try to partner with other independent journalists to basically shout out each other's content. But get that growth, and then get with an ad agency and get monetized. And you don't need an ad agency. You can actually monetize without an ad agency. Sometimes you could seek out a company you like and just say, hey, I want to do a social media partnership with you guys. That I think the ad agency can help get you paid better. Also, yeah, expensive camera equipment. I mean, you can film, like I'm filming on my iPhone right now. This Rode Vlogger kit is great. Rode Vlogger kit you can connect to your iPhone. It's got the mic, lighting, and the tripod.